Hey, good morning, guys. Get my shoes on here. Jen and I both have a nice full day here to get a lot done. I want to get a roof on this cabin and get the last few rafters on and get everything done. So, what do you want?
And it's going to be 91 degrees.
And it's going to be 91 degrees. So
we're going to see how well that works out.
I'm going to be a sweaty mess. So, we'll see. So, we got to run the AC for the puppers.
That way, and the cabin stays cool. It works out well that way.
Yeah.
That way for everybody. Because when we went and had a nice day yesterday, the AC didn't run, and it was pretty warm in the cabin in the evening. So,
yep.
It makes sense to run it.
Yep. So the puppies have got to enjoy the AC a lot because it's hot out here and they don't like the heat. So, but Jen and I keep working through it. So anyway, we'll see you guys over at the cabin. I got to prep the site and get everything rocking and rolling. I got to clean this area out because we're going to put the rest of our rafters on. And we got to put our posts in and our supporting beam for the edge of the roof line. And then we're going to work on the roof. We had a fun day yesterday, but the day before we milled all this wood, all this poplar to build this deck. It's on top of treated 2x8s, but yeah, look how beautiful this is. That poplar wood's beautiful. Since the first cut that I cut with my Alaskan sawmill, and I realized that I needed a real sawmill to do what we're gonna do here, what we did here. This poplar wood, like even from the first cut, I could see how pretty it is. It has nice grain in it. It's a hardwood, so it's better than pine in my eyes. But yeah, if you guys are new here, do me a favor, and a lot of you have, because I've seen a lot of new comments on our older videos. Check out our original 400 square foot cabin over there. We started building that in 2020 during difficult times because we wanted to get something done instead of sitting around, worrying about stuff. We milled so much poplar, and all these poplars are dying around here because they're old. We're putting them to good use. So if you want to see a big deck built with all poplar wood, like all poplar and all the live edge siding, lots of poplar milled around here. We love it. Anyway, let's get rolling. Guys, look at this. Got some new solar upgrades. Stepping into the 21st century. Look for future videos. We're doing a huge solar upgrade. We're excited about it. We're testing out new technology for us anyway. And yeah, keep an eye out for that. Lots of solar videos coming after this little mini cabin gets done or gets dried in and finished up to a safe point. So let's go. Let's go get that roof on. Inches.
Good job.
Alright guys, we're going to lag bolt with these log screws through the beam that we're adding on top of the porch beam. There's going to be a little bit of pressure on this to pushing out, so I want to put a few extra log screws in it. I wish it was sitting right on the original beam, and then it wouldn't have a weak spot, but it has a little bit of a weak spot set up this way. But there's no way I could figure out how to make this beam come out. Alright guys, as good as it's gonna get. Before on that side, like I said, we're just gonna use more rafter ties than we used on our cabin, and that will hold everything a little more solid. Alright, so if you were a better builder than me, we would have already had the posts out here and had a cross member to support the ends of these rafters, but because we're not really that great at building, we did this on the pole barn as well, and it worked out great. Now we have all our rafters that are touching the same area, they're same distance apart. We're going to put our posts in a little bit later. We plumb bobbed with the chalk line. We plumb bobbed the end of both ends of the building, and then one right in the middle. We're gonna dig 3 holes and put it all in. It's gonna be good.
Let's pray these holes go better than the holes for the porchway. Right?
Easier to walk past outside and then tilt it in this way and try to go around the rafters. Got it? Let me help. Go.
My Viking man. Lumberjack.
There we go. Not too bad. Not perfect, but pretty darn close. So I'm going to screw this to the side of the post. That's going to give us a little more strength. Seen that done on other channels too. And then the rest of them, we're going to cut a little flat spot on them. And then we're going to put a board for them to sit on. But right now I want this to
Stay. Plumb, right?
plumb. I think we should cut off this little chunk on all of them, and then cut like this little chunk off on all of them, and then I'll put a board right here underneath this flat spot. So
And then like they'll have a 90-degree cut.
We're gonna put a board right along here. And I wanted to put a board out here too. I wanted to have a double board. That's one thing, we only did a single board.
Sorry.
We only did a single board on all of our buildings, and really you should have probably a double. But just to help with the snow load. Because we could put two inside here, but I didn't want to lag them to the same side. I wanted to put one on each side of the board.
Mm-hmm.
And then put a bolt right through it. So guys, we took all our rafters and we cut the angle at the top. So we have a little chunk of wood left over from the angle on the top. So instead of like taking a level and doing this perfectly level, we're just going to take this chunk of wood from the top of our rafter. And we're going to flip it and put it at the bottom of our rafter, and that gives us our perfect angle. All right, hard part's done, I think. I hope.
That's been said before. Lifting the metal's the easy part.
Oh, the metal you can just bring over here to the edge of the roof and slide it up. All right, well I nail all these in, you can put the dirt in the hole.
Okay.
All right, guys, time for a little check-in. Everything's going well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ever since we got these extra supports up here above the beams and the rafters on, all of this has been going really well. So we got all this covered. I was hoping to get to some strapping and roofing today, but it's already four something, so we can keep working. But we gotta get we got the support posts in. We gotta get one like ledger board all the way in, or support beam, support beam all the way across. The way I set this up, it kind of supports it with this fascia board. It's screwed in or nailed in to the post that goes above all the way up to the roof line. You can see it here. And then this is side nailed to it, so every halfway we got a rafter and a post attached to this fascia board. So that's nice and strong, but we want to put a board underneath every single one of our rafters all the way across. So we're going to pop that up real quick. Come this way. Put yours down a little bit, like let it sag down. I want this being as high as it can. And I want to use leverage to All right, 1, 2, 3. I'm trying to push it with all my might, and you're half pushing the trigger.
They're all touching except for this one. This one's still just a little short, but everything else
Everything
is
else
touching.
is touching now?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. That's all that matters.
Yeah, they're all touching, but that one.
I'm going to get some lag screws and...
So that's good, right?
Yeah.
Do you want another screw there?
No, I'm going to put big, heavy-duty screws in there now.
Okay.
Lag screws.
He's drilling holes to lag bolt to make it really strong, right?
Yep.
Pretty much. That's what I understood.
Nice. Bolt me. Actually, I don't need this because it don't work now. Sweet. Good stuff. Happy?
Mm-hmm.